The Oxford Bookworms Library, Stage 2, The Jungle Book, by Rudyard Kipling. Text adaptation by Ralph Mowat. Read by David Shaw Parker. Copyright Oxford University Press, 2003. Chapter 1. Mowgli's Brothers. One very warm evening in the Seoni Hills in southern India, Father Wolf woke up from his day's rest. Next to him lay Mother Wolf, with their 4 cubs beside her. "It's time to look for food," said Father Wolf, and he stood up to leave the cave. "Good luck," said a voice. It was the jackal, Tabaqui, who eats everything and anything, even pieces of old clothes from the villages. The wolves of India do not like him, because he runs around making trouble and telling bad stories about them. "Shere Khan, the tiger, is coming to look for food here," said Tabaqui. "He can't," cried Father Wolf. "By the law of the jungle, he must tell us first, before he comes here to hunt." "Shere Khan has a bad leg, so he can kill only cows. In the village near him, the people are angry. That is why he is coming here, to start hunting in a new place. Listen, you can hear him now," said Tabaqui. "He is a stupid animal," said Father Wolf, and he listened to the angry noise of a tiger who has not eaten. "No one will find anything to eat in the jungle now." "But Shere Khan is hunting man, not animal, tonight," said Tabaqui. "The law of the jungle says that animals must not hunt man, because man-killing brings men with guns. Then everybody in the jungle is in danger." Father and Mother Wolf listened to Shere Khan in the jungle not far away. Then, suddenly, they heard a noise much nearer to them. "It's a man. A man's cub. Look," said Father Wolf. And there, in front of them, stood a baby who could just walk. He looked up at Father Wolf and laughed. "Is that a man's cub?" asked Mother Wolf. "I have never seen one. Bring it here." The baby, small and with no clothes, pushed its way between the cubs to get near to Mother Wolf. "Look," she said, "he is taking his meal with the others." "I have heard that this has happened before," said Father Wolf, "but I have never seen it until now. Look at him. He is not afraid." Suddenly, it was dark, and Shere Khan was pushing his great head in through the mouth of the cave. "We are pleased that you visit us, Shere Khan," said Father Wolf, but his eyes were angry. "What do you need?"
"I am hunting a man's cub," said Shere Khan. "Its father and mother have run away. Give it to me."
Father Wolf knew that Shere Khan could not get inside the cave because he was too big. "The man's cub belongs to us," he said. "The pack, the other wolves, and I will decide. If we want to kill him, we will kill him, not you."
"The man's cub belongs to me. It is I, Shere Khan, who speaks."
And Shere Khan's roar filled the cave with noise. "No," came the angry voice of Mother Wolf. "The man's cub belongs to me. We will not kill him. He will live, to run with the other wolves, to be my son. Now go away, fish killer, eater of cubs. Go." Shere Khan went. He knew that he could not fight Mother Wolf in the cave.
"But I will have this man-cub one day, you thieves,"
he shouted from the jungle. "Do you really want to keep him, Mother?" said Father Wolf. "Keep him?" said Mother Wolf. "Yes. He came here by night, alone and hungry, but he was not afraid. Yes, I will keep him, and I will call him Mowgli, the frog."
"But what will the other wolves of the pack say?"
"By the law of the jungle, all wolf cubs must come to the pack when they can walk. The wolves look at the cubs carefully. Then the cubs are free to run anywhere because all the adult wolves know them and will not attack them. When the 4 wolf cubs could run a little, Father Wolf took them and Mowgli and Mother Wolf to the meeting rock. Here, the 100 wolves of the wolf pack met every month when the moon was full. The leader of the pack was Arkela, a great grey wolf. Each new wolf cub came to stand in front of him, and Arkela said,
"Look well, O wolves, look well."
At the end, Father Wolf pushed Mowgli into the circle of wolves. Then, from the trees outside the circle, they heard the voice of Shere Khan.
"The man-cub belongs to me. Give him to me."
Arkela did not move, but said only,
"Look well. Who speaks for this man-cub? 2 voices, who are not his father and mother, must speak for him."
There is only one other animal who can come to these wolf meetings, Baloo, the sleepy brown bear. His job is to teach the law of the jungle to the wolf cubs.
"I speak for the man-cub,"
came Baloo's deep voice.
"Let him run with the pack. I myself will teach him." "We need another voice to speak for him," said Arcala.
Silently, another animal jumped down into the circle. It was Bagheera, the panther, black as the night, clever, strong, and dangerous. "Oh, Arcala, will you let me speak?" said Bagheera softly. "The law of the jungle says it is possible to buy the life of a cub. It is bad to kill a man-cub. He cannot hurt you. Let him live with you, and I will give you a fat cow, newly killed, which lies in the jungle, not far away." The voices of the wolves replied,
"Let him live."
They were always hungry, and they wanted to get the dead cow. Soon they went away, and there were only Arcala, Bagheera, Baloo, and Mowgli's wolf family left. They could hear the angry roars of Shere Khan in the night.
"It is good,"
said Arcala.
"Men are clever. Perhaps this man-cub will help us when he is older. Take him away," he said to Father Wolf, "and teach him well." And so, because of Baloo's good word and the present of a cow, Mowgli now belonged to the Seoni wolf pack. The story of Mowgli's life among the wolves fills many books. But we must jump 10 or 11 years now. Father Wolf, Baloo, and Bagheera taught Mowgli well, and he learnt everything about the jungle. He knew the meaning of every sound in the trees, of every song of the birds, of every splash in the water. He learnt to climb trees like a monkey, to swim in the rivers like a fish, and to hunt for his food as cleverly as any animal. Chapter 3. Kaa's Hunting. Bagheera and Kaa were also watching that cloud. They were now outside the city walls, but they knew they had to be careful. There were only 2 of them, and there were hundreds of monkeys. "They are over there, by that house, talking about the boy," said Bagheera. "When the cloud hides the moon, I will attack them." "I will go to the higher ground at the west wall," Kaa said, "and come down the hill very fast. Good hunting." The Black Panther ran quickly to the crowds of monkeys and started hitting right and left as hard as he could. The monkeys screamed angrily, but then one of them shouted, "There is only one here! Kill him! Kill!" And a crowd of monkeys jumped on Bagheera, biting and pulling. Another group pulled Mowgli up a wall and pushed him over. He fell down into a dark room which had no doors or windows, and he could not get out.
"Stay there," shouted the monkeys, "until we have killed your friend, and then we will play with you, if the snakes leave you alive."
Mowgli heard hissing sounds in the darkness around him. "We are of one blood, you and I," he said, quickly giving the snake's call. "Sss," the snakes replied. "We will not bite you, but stand still, little brother, because your feet can hurt us." Mowgli stood very still and listened to the fight around Bagheera. For the first time ever, the big panther was fighting for his life. Then Mowgli remembered something. There was a big tank of water near one of the buildings. "Go to the tank, Bagheera! Get to the water!" Bagheera heard, and he knew that Mowgli was safe. Suddenly he felt stronger, and he pulled himself slowly to the tank, fighting against the crowds of monkeys. Then Baloo came running in from the jungle, shouting, "Bagheera, I am here!" At once the monkeys jumped on him, and the bear started to hit them with his great, strong arms. Mowgli heard a splash when Bagheera jumped into the tank. The monkeys were afraid of water and could not follow him there, but they stood all round the sides, ready to jump on him if he tried to get out and help Baloo. And where was Kaa all this time? It was a hard climb up to the west wall, and Kaa moved carefully over the stones. Now he came down the hill very quickly, hungry and wanting to kill. Kaa was 10 meters long, heavy and strong. He went silently into the crowd of monkeys around Baloo, and he did not need to hit twice. When they are very young, monkeys are told about Kaa, the silent thief who can kill the strongest monkey. All monkeys are afraid of Kaa. Now they ran, with shouts of,
"It's Kaa! Run! Run!"
Then Kaa opened his mouth for the first time and spoke one long, hissing word. The monkeys were suddenly silent and still, and nothing moved in the city. Bagheera pulled himself out of the tank. "Get the man-cub out and let us go," he said. "I can't fight any more, and the monkeys will attack us again." "They will not move until I tell them to move," said Kaa. "Oh, we must thank you, Kaa. We could not do it without you," said Baloo. "I am happy to help. Where is the man-cub?" said Kaa. "Here, in this room, but I cannot get out." "Take him away," called the snakes around Mowgli. "He dances around too much, and he will stand on us." "Stand back, man-cub," said Kaa. "I will break the wall." With 2 meters of his heavy body off the ground, Kaa hit the wall very hard, 5 or 6 times. A hole opened, and Mowgli jumped quickly through it. He ran and put his arms around Baloo and Bagheera. "Are you hurt?" asked Baloo. "Not much," said Mowgli, "but the Bandar log have hurt you badly, my friends." "It is nothing," said Baloo, "but you must thank Kaa. He has done much for you tonight." Mowgli turned and saw the head of the great python. "So this is the man-cub," said Kaa. "He is like the Bandar log, but not the same. Be careful, man-cub, that I do not make a mistake when I am hunting monkeys." "We are of one blood, you and I," Mowgli answered. "You have given me my life tonight. When I kill, it will be for you, if you are hungry." "Well spoken," said Baloo. "You are brave, young man," said Kaa, "and you speak well. Now, go with your friends. The moon is going down. You must not see what will happen here next." Kaa went softly out in front of the lines of sitting monkeys and began to dance. His head moved from right to left, and his long body turned this way and that way, making circles that changed every second. Slowly, never hurrying, Kaa danced in front of the monkeys. Baloo and Bagheera stood and could not move. Mowgli watched and did not understand. "Bandar log," said the deep voice of Kaa at last. "Can you move?" "Without a word from you, Kaa, we cannot move." "Come nearer to me," said Kaa. The lines of monkeys came nearer, and Baloo and Bagheera walked forward too. "Nearer," hissed Kaa, and they all moved forward again. Mowgli put his hands on Baloo and Bagheera to get them away, and the 2 animals woke up. "Keep your hand on me, Mowgli," whispered Bagheera, "or I will go back to Kaa and walk into his mouth." "It's only old Kaa dancing," said Mowgli. "Let us go." And the 3 of them went away into the jungle. "A python's dance is dangerous to watch," said Baloo. "Even for us. Kaa will have good hunting tonight." "And now, Mowgli," said Bagheera angrily, "Baloo and I have fought hard for you. The monkeys have bitten us and pulled us and hit us, and all this, man-cub, was because you played with the Bandar log." "It is true," said Mowgli sadly. I am a bad man-cub. The law of the jungle says we must punish you, said Bagheera. Baloo was happy that Mowgli was safe and with them again, but he could not speak against the law. It is right to punish me, said Mowgli. I did wrong. Bagheera hit him. Very softly for a panther, but very heavily for a little boy. Mowgli did not cry. Now, said Bagheera, jump on my back, little brother, and we will go home. One of the good things about jungle law is that after you were punished, the matter Chapter 2. The Monkey People. Baloo, the old brown bear, loved teaching Mowgli. He taught him how to speak to the different jungle people, and he taught him the important master words. But Mowgli sometimes got bored with all the lessons. One day, when he was not listening, Baloo hit him, very softly, on the head, and Mowgli ran away angrily. Bagheera, the Black Panther, was not happy about this. "Remember how small he is," he said to Baloo. "How can his little head hold all your long words?" "These words will keep him safe from the birds, from the snake people, and all the animals that hunt," said Baloo. "It is true that he is only small, but no one will hurt him if he remembers all the master words. Come, Mowgli," he called into the trees. "Come and say the words again." Mowgli climbed down from a tree and came to sit next to them. "I will say the words to Bagheera, not you, fat old Baloo," he said crossly. "Very well," said Baloo sadly. "Say the words for the hunting people." "We are of one blood, you and I," said Mowgli. "Good. Now for the birds." Mowgli said the same words, but with the sound of a bird. "Now for the snake people," said Baloo. Mowgli then made the long s sound, which was like no other noise, only the noise of a snake. "Good," said Baloo gently. "One day you will thank me for my lessons. Now you will be safe in the jungle, because no snake, no bird, no animal will hurt you. You do not need to be afraid of anyone." "And I shall have my people and go with them high up in the trees," shouted Mowgli. "What did you say, Mowgli?" asked Baloo, surprised. "Have you been with the Bandar log, the monkey people?" Mowgli could hear that Baloo was angry, and he saw too that Bagheera's green eyes were cold and hard. "When Baloo hurt my head," said Mowgli, "I went away, and the grey monkeys came down from the trees and talked to me. They were kind to me and gave me nice things to eat. Then they took me up into the trees. They said that I was their brother, and they wanted me to be their leader one day. Why have you never told me about the monkey people? Bad old Baloo. They play all day and don't do lessons, and I will play with them again."
"Listen, man-cub," said Baloo angrily. "I have taught you the law for all the jungle people, but not for the monkey people. They have no law. Their ways are not our ways. They are noisy and dirty, and they think that they are a great people. But then they forget everything. The rest of the jungle people do not talk to them or even think about them. Remember what I tell you."
Mowgli listened and was sorry. But all this time, the Bandar log were above them in the trees, listening and watching. They followed Mowgli and his friends through the jungle until it was time for the midday rest. Mowgli lay between his friends and went to sleep, saying, "I will never talk to or play with the monkey people again." When he woke up, he was high in a tree, and there were hands holding his legs and arms, hard, strong little hands. Down below, Baloo was shouting angrily, and Bagheera was trying to climb up the tree, but he was too heavy for the thin branches. The monkeys, shouting and laughing, carried Mowgli between them and began their journey along the monkey roads, which are high in the trees. It was a wild, exciting journey. The monkeys jumped from treetop to treetop, crashing through the leaves and branches. At first, Mowgli was afraid of falling, but then he began to think. He must tell Baloo and Bagheera where he was. High up in the blue sky, he saw Chil, the kite. The big bird saw that the monkeys were carrying a man-cub. He flew down to look, and was surprised to hear the bird call of the kites. "We are of one blood, you and I."
"Who are you?"
called Chil. "Mowgli, the man-cub," came the reply. "Watch where they take me, and tell Baloo and Bagheera."
"I will,"
called Chil, and he flew high above the trees and watched with his far-seeing eyes. Monkeys can travel fast when they want to, and by now Baloo and Bagheera were a long way behind.
"We cannot follow the Bandar log through the trees," said Baloo, "and we will never catch them. But they are afraid of Kaa, the big python. He can climb as easily as the monkeys, and he eats them. Perhaps he will help us."
And so Baloo and Bagheera went to look for Kaa, the python. They found him lying in the sun, 10 meters of brown and yellow snake, beautiful and dangerous. "What news?" called Kaa when he saw them.
"We are looking for food," said Baloo.
He knew that you must not hurry Kaa. "He is too big."
"Let me come with you," said Kaa hungrily. "I have not eaten for days."
"We are following the Bandar log," said Baloo. "Those noisy, dirty thieves have stolen our man-cub, and we love our man-cub very much, Kaa."
"The Bandar log," said Bagheera cleverly, "are very much afraid of you, Kaa. But they say bad things about you, and call you Old Yellow Fish, I hear." "Tss, tss," said Kaa. "I will teach them not to call me bad names. Where did they take your man-cub? They will be tired of him quickly, and that is bad for him."
"Up, up, look up, Baloo."
Baloo looked up and saw Chill the kite, high in the sky.
"What is it?" called Baloo.
"I have seen Mowgli the man-cub with the Bandar log. He knew the master word. They have taken him to the Monkey City, the Lost City." Baloo and Bagheera knew of the Monkey City. Men lived there once, but they left hundreds of years ago. Nobody went there now, only the Bandar log. "We must leave at once," said Bagheera. "It is a long way."
"I will come as fast as I can," said Baloo. "But you and Kaa can go faster. I will follow you."
The lost city was very old. There were many beautiful buildings, but the walls were broken and full of holes, and there were tall trees in houses that were now open to the sky. The monkey people called the place their city and ran around everywhere, in and out of the empty houses, up and down the fruit trees in the old gardens. Now Mowgli was in their city, and the monkey people were very pleased with themselves. "This boy can help us," they said. "He can teach us how to make things, because men are clever with their hands." But monkeys make many plans, and always forget them 5 minutes later. When Mowgli arrived in the city, he was tired and hungry. "Bring me food," he said, and 20 or 30 monkeys ran to bring him fruit. But they started fighting and forgot to take any fruit back to Mowgli. Mowgli knew that he was in a bad place. Baloo was right, he thought. The Bandar log have no law, and their ways are not our ways. I must try to get away. Baloo will surely be angry with me, but that is better than life with the Bandar log. But when Mowgli went to the walls of the city, the monkeys pulled him back. "You are very happy here with us. We are great. We are wonderful. We all say so, and so it is true," they shouted. "Don't they ever sleep?" thought Mowgli.
He looked up at the sky. There's a cloud coming over the moon. Perhaps I can run away when it's dark. But I